Hello, friends. Welcome back to Shadowplay Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me here today, friends. As I always say, I'm so appreciative of you coming to spend some of your precious time with me. So thank you for joining me. And if you like this video, please go ahead and give it a little thumbs up. It helps me tremendously. It helps me grow the channel. It helps me know what kind of content you guys like. Yeah, it just kind of keeps me motivated. It keeps me going, okay? And if you would also like to subscribe, that would be awesome. All right, my friends, let's get right to it. For today's reading, we're going to do a little small business owner reading. So maybe you're already a small business owner, or maybe you strive to be one. We're going to look into what's the energy, we're going to be pulling a few cards for your business's energy, and we'll see what's going on there. But the main thing we're going to be looking into is what blockages are preventing your growth. So maybe we can help bring some clarity, or maybe bring some validation to what you were already feeling. Maybe even some encouragement to keep going and maybe try some of those new things you've been thinking about. All right, my friends, let's jump right to it. Since today's reading is probably going to be a little more specific than others, I'm only doing two groups. We have two different tarot decks to choose from. We have group number one. I don't remember the name. I think it's called the Groovy Neon Tarot. I'll link them down below. I have them down below. And group number two, we have the Space Tarot. I do know this is space. So group one, group two, when you are ready, I'll meet you at your reading. Hello, my group number ones. If you picked this tarot deck, then welcome to your reading, my friends. All right, let's jump right to it, my little entrepreneurs. Let's see what the energy of your business currently is. As always, let's start with a moment of gratitude. Thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to channel these messages today for my group number one, Spirit. When it comes to their business, what's their energy? What's the energy of their small business, Spirit? What's going on? What's going on with their small business? My group number ones, please, Spirit, for their highest good. Let's bring them some clarity. What's going on in their small business? All right, we have the Four of Cups. We have the World reverse. We have the Hermit in reverse. All right, so off the bat, I'm kind of feeling like some of you could be feeling bored, detached. Maybe you're just flat out even like ignoring something, because it feels like there is something that's ready to level up. Maybe even something's coming to an end. Maybe it's an old chapter that we've kind of already maximized. It's done with that, and it's time to let it close out. But there's a resistance here, either resistance or there's a tying up of loose ends that we haven't been able to do. It feels like this is maybe it requires internal work on your part. Look at that bottom of the deck. I have the Four of Cups again. That's literally the same card with two different artworks. So it's just like, it's something you're ignoring, you're detached from, or you're not seeing. Maybe it's even something you don't really want to deal with. Tell me about this World card. What's coming to an end? What is this? Leo season. It could be now. I mean, this is filmed. It's a timeless reading, but we have Leo coming through. It feels like this is something that would make you really happy, but maybe there's a delay here. Why the Hermit in reverse? So there's outside conflict, outside tension, outside drama that's really kind of keeping you from being able to focus, from being able to go within. They also want to tell you that right now you don't need to be listening to everybody else, like only you know. You need quiet time. You need time to yourself. You need time to reflect, and you need time possibly to even heal. Maybe even wrap your head around this milestone or this thing that you worked so hard to get to, because it feels like it could bring you a lot of joy and a lot of happiness, but right now there's outside influences that are keeping you from being able to fully see that, or, feel through that. What else is going on? There could be someone who's very emotional involved. This could be you. This could be someone else. It doesn't feel like it's you, but we'll see. Why this Queen of Cups? So it's almost like I feel like it's been emotional that something here hasn't been able to grow, or something hasn't had the growth. There's a message here of take care of yourself. Self-care is really important. It's also kind of messing with how you process emotions. It's just a need to kind of nurture yourself as well. There's a sense here where you've been like, there's been attention and focus to the outside, but you need to give yourself some of that too. All right. Let's see. Now let's see what's blocking, what's been blocking growth. Thank you, Spirit, for these messages for my group number ones. What's been blocking their growth, their business growth? What's been blocking the growth in their business? What's been blocking the growth? What's been blocking their growth? What's been blocking their growth in their business? All right, so first and foremost, I feel like trusting yourself has been a blockage. You need to trust yourself. There's also something here of like trying to muster up the courage, or maybe feeling like you don't have what you need or what it takes, or questioning your own strength, and that's holding you back. It feels like you have a vision, you have plans, or you have something you want to move towards, but past memories, something you keep thinking back on is keeping you from having the power and the courage. Now, this isn't going to resonate for everyone. This is a general reading, but if this applies to you, then I think you already know what I'm talking about. Sorry. This High Priestess in reverse, again, I feel like there's outside influence, or maybe other people are adding to tension. Like you don't have to be listening. Like I feel like you need to tap in right now. You need to feel through something because your intuition's trying to tell you something, and you're not present enough, or you're just not taking that in. There's outside everyday activities, everyday things are kind of keeping you from being able to tap in. That trip and squirrel likes to keep things real organized, but when it's reversed, it's almost like gone a little haywire in some way. Almost like all the day's tasks, the things you need to deal with, they leave you so overstimulated that you can't, like, there is no tapping in. It's like go, go, go. By the Two of Wands. Why the Six of Cups in reverse? Why the High Priestess in reverse? And why the, okay. They need you to rest, but on a real, like don't take a day off and then you end up still logging in, checking in. I know it's hard to say that because especially as a business owner. And even if you do have to check in, like we know we can't, it's like owning a business is like having a baby. Like we can't just abandon the baby, but, you do need like a mental break. Like there's something here about needing quiet time. All right, let's go over here. There's also something about you holding on to really tight control. And it's kind of out of fear. It's almost like not really feeling like you can loosen the grip, like you're keeping a tight lid on something. This could be tight control over how you do something or whatever it is. It's just showing up as a blockage in your reading. So I'll leave it at that because if it applies to you, then you'll know. I do feel that a lot of you have these visions, these plans, these ideas of what you want to do, and you're really being encouraged to go for it. You're being encouraged to like leap towards those things and make pivots as you need to. But what's stopping you is possibly listening to other people or there's tension or conflict around you. It feels like if you have a team, if your business is at the point where you've hired people, it feels like there's tension. If this isn't employees, it might be what your family is saying or what your friends have to say. And it just keeps you in this mentality of looking back, and it doesn't help you move forward. You're being advised to listen to yourself. You need to trust yourself, because I feel like your higher self is trying to tell you something, but maybe you just kind of keep shutting it down. And by doing this, you're kind of prolonging the ending of a cycle, the ending of an era. Maybe it's time to level up, move on, move out, resize, restructure, whatever it is. It feels like there's something big here that has been completed, but you haven't been able to close it out. There's also a recognition here that by closing out this cycle, you're not... It's like prolonging, unburdening yourself. Maybe there's certain work that you're doing now, the way you're doing it, or the way your resources are tied up, or time, energy, whatever it is. It's put a lot of responsibility on your plate, but by closing something out, it's actually going to allow you to either redistribute that responsibility, or maybe some of those things can go. Only you'll know. You're just being advised to take rest. You need a nice healing break here. Something that's going to let your mind unwind, my friends. All right. Let's pull some charms for you before we close out your reading. Thank you, Spirit, for these messages. For my little entrepreneur group number ones, can we get some charms, please, for my group number ones? All right. As I see a little cap, no wonder I'm stabbing myself half the time with those. We have the Roswell alien. This is Aquarius vibes to me. I always think of Aquarius when I see aliens, but this also tells me that you're an out-of-the-box thinker. So follow some of those out-of-the-box ideas, my friends. You're being encouraged to act differently, do different to get different, do different to get to where you want. We have La Brea, so maybe some of you are from LA. This is a major street here. Maybe that means something to you. Also initials LA or LB. We have the Ha clown pin. Maybe you're afraid of how you look to other people. Like maybe that's also part of the challenge, is we're still worried what other people have to say. So just keep that in mind. Again, it's a general reading, guys. And we have Mickey wearing the sheet. Again, there's something here about a mask, just trying to hide. I don't know, something of that sort. Maybe someone here also likes Mickey, Disney. We have Angel Baby. We'll leave that there. Maybe that means something to someone. Maybe that's also how you feel about your business. I did call it a baby. We have keep at it, encouragement to keep at it, my friends. Look, we have the death card. We have the death pin, but it is the death card. Ending of an era, end of an era, my friends, whatever that era is. And we have 5. So maybe 5 years, 5 months, maybe 5 means something. Maybe your business has been around for 5 years. Maybe you've been thinking about this certain thing for 5 years. And we have, or maybe you're going to see big differences in 5 months. And we have the 9mm dagger pin. This to me is about pulling the trigger on your passions. You're very much being encouraged to pull the trigger, friends, on something exciting. What excites you? What you picture in your future? What does that look like? What does your business look like? What is it? What purpose is it serving? How does it serve others? What's important to you? Those fun things, my friends, that I don't think right now you're able to fully sink into and connect to, because like I said, there's everyday things that are keeping you from that. And then for some of you, it's definitely other people as well that are showing up in the energy. All right, my small business owners, I hope you found this helpful. If you did, I would love to hear from you in the comments down below. I'm wishing you nothing but the best, and I'll catch you at the next one. Thanks, guys. Hello, my group number twos, and welcome to your small business owner reading, my friends. Let's jump right in. As always, let's start with a moment of gratitude, and then we're going to be looking into your business's energy, what's going on there, and most importantly, we're going to be looking into what blockages have been keeping you from growth. We'll see what comes through there. It's probably already something that you know, but hopefully we can help you bring some clarity and validation, right? All right, let's get started. Thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to channel these messages today for my group number twos. Spirit, their business, please, their small business. What is their business's energy? What's going on with their business? What's currently going on with my group number two's business? What's their business's energy, please? What's their business's energy? What's their business's energy, please? We have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. We have the Page of Wands in reverse. So it feels like something here isn't working. If you have employees or if you have partners, if other people work with you, it feels like people are on different pages. There's also an energy of procrastination and not being able to let something go. Oh, yeah. With the High Priestess in reverse, it feels like you might be ignoring your intuition or not like tapping into something that your higher self is already trying to tell you. You still are, maybe you're like defensive in the situation or fighting. One more, please. Lots of tempers involved. I don't know if it's other people or just you, but it feels like a imbalance, maybe even losing patience in the situation. I want you to know you can trust yourself. You just have to tap in enough to know what your intuition is trying to tell you. There's also something here about releasing, like maybe you're feeling stuck. Maybe you're like overthinking something, or there was a situation where it left you feeling stuck between a rock and a hard place. But it feels like you're protecting yourself or you're defending yourself. You might be defending something, fighting for your business, fighting for your life, right? But there's a need here to be patient and to almost self-soothe, because emotions, mental, whatever it is, it feels like it's unbalanced. Oh, I even dropped them. All right. Why the Three of Pentacles, please? Why the Page of Wands in reverse? Why the Death card in reverse? Why the High Priestess in reverse? There's also no communication. There's very silence. It's like radio silent. Why the Seven of Swords? Why the Temperance? So, you're showing up as boss energy here, but also beware. It might be your ego that's telling you something should have already been or should have happened. Maybe that's the part of you that's getting triggered, and that's the part that needs to be tempered, because they're asking you to try to release some of these things that are making you feel trapped or making you feel like a certain type of way. And it could even be that this, if you do have a temper, or if you're, feeling a little impatient, that could be something that's making things worse or making you feel trapped. All right, so bottom of the deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Everything's working out in its own timing, and it's going the way it's supposed to. That's very good for you. It's like things are going the way they're supposed to. But let's talk about some of the things that are coming up here. Because what I see is that there is something that isn't working out. Even if you don't have employees, maybe it's a way that you're doing something, or maybe it's if you work with vendors, or if you work with certain people where you collaborate, there's something here that isn't working. And it's almost like it's time to release that. It's time to kind of either let that go or like reevaluate how something is done or how you're working on something. I do see, like, for the most part, things are good. Like, I feel like you are happy, generally happy, but there is a sense here where you might be prolonging something or procrastinating on something. Maybe there was a project, maybe you had an idea, maybe it's a lot of other projects that you haven't been able to do. Maybe this is community activities or things that keep you out, that are keeping you from being able to get started on these things. And it's just kind of coming up as like prolonging or procrastination. There's something here that's coming up that you're not ready to let it go. Like you're just not done with it. But at the same time, it doesn't feel like it's in alignment. There's something here that could be done differently, or that's going against what your long-term plan is. So I would suggest kind of evaluating what, at the end of the day, what it is you want, and then making sure that the things you're spending your time, money, energy on are lining up towards those goals. It sounds simple, but sometimes we kind of lose sight of that because we have so many other things that we need to deal with on a day-to-day basis, right? Especially when we own a business, and then we also have other things going on. Lots of small business owners still work other jobs, and still have families or, homes, like whatever it is. There's just a lot to do, but these are just coming up as things to kind of think about. There's something here that isn't in alignment with what I think you want long term, and maybe it's time to slow down enough or go within enough to kind of see exactly what that is for you. It could be even people that you're working with, or people that you have worked with. Maybe there's something there that isn't working out anymore, and it's something you haven't even thought about or realized or even thought about letting go. Again, the High Priestess and the Queen of Swords, both in reverse. There's no talking, there's no communicating. You could probably be trying to figure everything out on your own in your mind. But you're just really, there's a sense here where if you are really quiet and you don't really speak in that way, but it's like go within, like there's just something different about tapping in. And what is your intuition telling you? Like, I feel like a lot of you feel a pull towards something and you haven't really given it much attention or energy or time, but there's a truth that lies in that maybe will become more and more clear to you if you do start taking small steps to exploring that. And it'll help you kind of like gain that confidence in listening to yourself. Maybe some things don't make sense to the outside world, but at the end of the day, they completely line up with what you're working towards, and they work out even better than what you could have planned or imagined. We already kind of talked about this, that it does feel like you're, defending or just a little defensive about something. With the Sun card, it's like we're almost like not feeling very positive about something working out, or just, I don't know, maybe we're having a hard time seeing the positivity. And we already talked about this. The Temperance and the Emperor. All right, so let's continue. Let's see. Let's see what's blocking your growth. Thank you, Spirit, for those messages for my group number 2s. What's blocking their business from growing? What's blocking their growth? What's blocking their growth? What's blocking their business's growth, please? What's blocking their business's growth, please? All right. So for a lot of you, it's just an old way of thinking. You're just kind of stuck on doing something, or like the way you do it or how you think about it. It's just been the same for a long time. So you have gotten to this place of stability. It feels like you're very stable and you know what you're responsible for and you are providing, and it's like you're comfortable in that position. But there's also something else here that hasn't been able to grow. It's almost like maybe your boss mentality, it's a little outdated. By the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. There could have been a financial hit or a loss or just like a having to reconfigure that made you question the stability. But it feels like whatever this was, it just kind of made you reevaluate how you're spending or where the resources are going. Again, some of you might be working with vendors that it's time to rethink those relationships. Maybe you can, there's been something that happened one too many times, or maybe there's a price difference. Like there's just something here that I think that happened to try to get you to view something different. That's not going to be for everyone, but that's kind of coming up. So if that resonates, I would kind of think about that for a little bit. It's almost like some of you might be a little bit stubborn about the control that you're keeping, and you're like, no, this is what got me here. This is what works. I'm going to continue. I mastered this. I dominate this. But in staying in that mentality, it's kind of coming up as a blockage. Maybe some of you are a lot of bit set in your ways as to how you do something, and you don't want to be questioned, or, something about authority. Keep that in mind. If it resonates, then it's for you, okay? There is a sense of feeling knocked off your level that you were at, or knocked off your horse, I was going to say, knocked off your throne. And maybe now you're like, oh man, can I even grow this? Like, can I even keep up with this? It's like something could have happened that jolted you in that way. And like I said, it could have had to do with money, but it was kind of meant to push you out of your comfort zone in that way. Something here needs to be reevaluated. There's also a sense that some of you could be either dealing with depression or workaholism, or just late night work, like just never sleep, work. That's coming up as a blockage. Just be mindful of that if that's you. And also there's been hesitation in moving forward because there's been a satisfaction level of, well, I get out of it what I put in, or it's been even give and take. I can give enough. But that mentality is also kind of keeping you back. I'm also seeing like maybe you're taking on too many responsibilities. And that's also part of the heaviness that's holding you back. One more, please, for the Six of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. So, you're being encouraged to go after your passions. Like I said, I feel like some of you have projects that you haven't been able to start or really go with because maybe it's, maybe you're doing something the same way over and over. And yeah, just you're good where you're at, but to get to next level, it is going to require you to push out of those limits in whatever way that is for you, my group number 2s. We have Capricorn energy. We have Zaddy energy coming through, which doesn't surprise me because business owners are definitely those King of Pentacles. People that create enough abundance to be able to take care of others and take care of the things, right? Thank you, Spirit. What other messages do we have for my group number 2s? All right. We have Marge and Homer. So maybe Simpsons means something to someone, but this is also about partnerships that work well together. We have La Máscara. So seeing something for what it really is, something could be disguised as one thing. I'm telling you, if you work with other people, just evaluate those work relationships. We have Bad Bunny. Maybe someone here likes Bad Bunny. We'll leave that there. We have Thanks, I bought it at Versace. Maybe someone here is overspending a little bit on some Versace or some Gucci's or something. We have the Melted Mickey pin. Maybe there's a Disney connection, that devil energy, something intoxicating about that. We have Aplácate, which is Spanish slang for calm down. Again, we have more Mickey references. We have LA and the Dodger ears. We'll leave that right there. And then we have, I'm right on top of that rose. Okay, maybe someone here is pretending to be on top of things and they're really not. Evaluate who you're collaborating with, who your people are, who you're purchasing from. All right, my friends, I hope this was helpful. And if you liked it, let me know in the comments down below. I'm wishing you nothing but the best, and I'll catch you at the next one. Thanks, guys.